Alright, Phoenix Typewriter here. We're going to show how to clean the type on this Underwood Noiseless. Remington also made the same machine, Remington Noiseless. And these have the type bars that push forward instead of throw forward. We're going to do two things. We're going to clean the typefaces, and we're going to reverse the pad, the rest pad here that gets grooved. So let's hop to it here. We'll put this camera up a little further, see what we can do here. So I've already got the covers all off actually, so, and they're Platen Out because we I replaced the feed rollers already on this guy, so this has new front and back feed rollers. They were, as you know, these get flat on these machines, so we already got that done. We're going to take the covers off here. That's just for show here. It's already loose, and of course the side's off, and this machine has no bottom. And put the feet on here so it sits balanced. We're going to put a towel under here to start. Real quick. Okay, so now we're down to this little typefaces here. Let's take a look here. So what we want to do is take this piece off that holds the felt stopper in there. So let's do that real quick. Those always get very grooved. They get a little groovy. And it's a pretty easy solution to that. No parts needed. Take this guide off here. We can get to the felt piece here, and if you look real close, you'll see that there's grooves in here. So all those grooves. That kind of, I mean, it looks like the faces are all sitting pretty level, but the surefire fix is to take this out, and all you got to do is reverse it. Flip it over. Steady that camera. Flip it over, and use the other side. The other side doesn't have any grooves. That's the side that's got the grooves. Just put that down, put it back in place, put the retainer in place, and you got a new surface. So we're going to take that out though for now, because we're going to clean the typefaces, and we don't need that getting soaked with lacquer thinner, which is what I'm going to be using here. So set those aside. Don't lose the screw. Looks like I lost already. But alright, so we're going to clean these typefaces. They're not extremely dirty, but this machine's getting the whole works, so let's not skimp out anywhere. So I use a wire brush for that, and my wire brush is a little bit matted now. It's not bad, but I'm going to start with a fresh brush with a little more straight bristles. These are, the angle on these is kind of tight in there, so I want to be able to get right down in there. So I'm going to just flip it around because that's the way I like to do it. I'll lift this up a little more. And we're going to do a couple things here first. One thing is, I don't have to cover the back of the machine. I'm going to lube it up with some oil back here. So if there's any splash over, it doesn't make do any damage. This oil will prevent that. And then on the keyboard, I'm going to go ahead and tuck this towel in here. Make sure that's nice and tidy, and then we can go to it. And Okay, this is a pretty simple procedure I've done a few times. Basically the same as a regular typewriter, but we're just going to start by applying some mica thinner and rubbing it in. I have to get the camera up a little, bumping it. There we go. So we're just going to rub this in at first. And there's a little, different angle on this. These Noiseless machines have a unique typeface, type slug. It's got this angle. And then I'm going to use this rag, I guess, to clean out some of the immediate excess. We'll do it. We'll do this multiple times here. And then the next step will be to air blow it out. So get some more excess off here. Maybe. Oh yeah. See, the side of these are kind of grungy too. And we'll see if we can work the sides a little bit without having to get down in there a little further. Okay, I'm going to hit this with the compressed air. And repeat immediately. I think one of the tricks is to keep your cleaning agent, whatever you use for cleaning, whether it be mica thinner I'm using, or denatured alcohol, or paint thinner, is to keep it wet so it's working the whole time. If it dries out, it's not doing anything. So I just hit it real quick and get it back in there. I do keep it in the camera here, but let me change my approach angle here. I'm going to change approach angle here. Oh yeah, this is looking good though from this side. I'm going to go ahead and work down the shafts a little bit too here. Let that stuff just work on down, all the way down, and flush it out the bottom. Might as well hit the sport pieces here while I'm at it. Alright, let's flush this down a little further. Looking good. It is looking good. Okay, I'm going to work these on down here. Let me get a different brush here. Oops. And work these a little bit more. You can see down here there's definitely more collection of debris and oils down there, so I'm going to hit that pretty hard with the air here. Looking pretty good. I'm going to go ahead and work these a little bit more. Take a close look at these. Looking pretty good even on the sides. Yeah, they're looking pretty good. Don't really have to worry about these pivots. They don't get too gummy ever, but I am going to, since I'm right here, I'm going to go ahead and flush these through back here everywhere I can get to. And let's see. hit that with a little bit of air. Okay, looking pretty good. One more round here. Won't hurt any. I'll do this a little more than probably needed, but let's see if I can get these bars up. Okay, we'll call this it. I'm going to blow this last bit through here. And I'm going to hit it last with a, clean this brush off here real quick. Some of my, this stuff is great. It's got just a little bit of oil in it. So I'm going to hit that just ever so lightly. Again, I'm going to get it back in here too. Doesn't take much at all. All right. Blow off the excess and down the type bar shafts, and that's going to be about it for now. Running out of compressed air, but I think we're done. Let's take a close look here. See how these guys look. Pretty clean. Pretty clean. Alright, that's how to do the Underwood Noiseless. Typeface, type slug clean, type bar clean. Pretty good action here. All right, Phoenix Typewriter, good day.